Hello, and welcome to the 10th episode of our horrible show.
Woo!
I can't believe that we made it here. I'm Aubrey.
I'm Abby.
This might be the worst day of my life.
Now, why would you say that?
Because
It's our
we're
10th
recording...
episode.
Yeah.
It's our 10th anniversary.
Nope. We record one of these a year.
10 years in the making. Finally made it to number 10.
Rick and Morty, 10 years. 100 years of Rick and Morty.
Never gonna stop. Never gonna stop us.
What have you been up to?
I've currently been, for the last 2 days, I've been in mourning because a iconic woman of film has passed.
I saw...
Maggie Smith. Dame Maggie Smith.
I had not heard of her, but my grandmother was apparently a very big fan.
I know her because she was in the movie Hook, and she was amazing in Downton Abbey, an amazing British TV show.
Of course you would like Hook. You know, that's a very Abby film.
What's wrong with liking Hook? There's nothing wrong with liking Hook. I thought you were
Nothing
going to
wrong
say
with
Downton
liking
Abbey. I thought you were going to say Downton Abbey, and I was like, why?
I would not peg you as a Downton Abbey fan, but...
You would peg me? No.
Okay, moving on.
No, sorry. But she was also, Maggie Smith, she was one of the professors in Harry Potter. One of the old woman.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
She was her. So, yeah, I'm quite devastated.
She was also the baby in The Simpsons.
She was the baby in The Simpsons. She was a bad bitch.
So I've heard.
So, kind of a weird tangent, but
Yeah. God, yeah.
what's your craziest celebrity? Hear me out.
I don't really know celebrities, so I don't think I have any.
Craziest film or television character? Hear me out.
The only name coming to mind is Stanford Pines.
Of course it would be Stanford Pines.
Speaking of, I wanted to say something about that I learned about Gravity Falls recently. That
What?
we as a society learned.
What?
Apparently, again, cannot verify if this is actually what happened or if this is him retconning his thoughts at the time. But Alex Hirsch has said that he wanted to make it explicit that Ford was in love with Bill Cipher in a gay way. And that's why he was tricked so easily. But Disney said no.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because I've been seeing a lot of weird edits on TikTok.
A lot of
Between Stanford and Stanford and Bill Cipher.
yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of weird edits, and I'm like, are they gay for each other? What's going on?
Did I send you the clip of them in New York with Stanley going like, "What do you think, brother? The Big Apple. Haven't been in here for a while." And then Ford like, "Where did they go, Stanley? Where are the towers?"
Yes, you showed me that. Where are they, Stanley?
Where are they? Oh dear God. I'm gonna skip talking about Marble League stuff this time because I'm gonna talk about it when the Marble one ends next time we record. And also, I didn't watch the most recent one, so I don't have up-to-date racing statistics.
But you're our guy for that. You're our marble person.
I know.
You're supposed to be on top of this.
I'm becoming a Canadian stereotype. I'm going to watch the NHL this year.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Go Bruins, am I right, boys?
I don't.
Not even a Canadian team.
Which
but
are they?
Boston Bruins.
Okay.
Not even Canadian, but a lot of us Canadians sure do love them. For some reason.
I don't know. Boston is Canada at heart. That doesn't
Boston
mean anything,
is
but
Boston is truly Canadian at heart. Whether it's
yeah.
by their weird accents or their weird trade or just the fact that one of their home teams is called the Celtics. Has nothing to do with Canada, but
Isn't it Celtic?
Celtics, either one works.
Okay.
Also,
I don't know about that.
I saw a really weird TikTok yesterday. Can I tell you about it?
Sure. This episode's already kind of derailed a little, but sure.
Well, I'm bold of you to assume that it's just this episode that's derailed.
No. They all derail. It just usually happens at like the hour mark. This is the earliest I think we've ever gone off the rails.
New record, let's go. Anyways, it was basically just this guy talking to the camera, and he's like, guys, what if men are just way better and just more frequent liars than we think, and it was actually Adam in the Garden of Eden that ate the apple and lied about it to God and said it was actually Eve who ate the apple, and so that's why all men have Adam's apples stuck in their throat.
True. I mean, okay, so you've brought up the subject, so it's your fault now.
What?
I have actually, it's been like a niche interest of mine. I've been looking over and kind of studying certain Bible things as like a secular activity.
Sure.
Just because I think as a piece of ancient literature, even if I don't think the claims in it are true, I think the Bible's still fascinating. It is never specified who ate the apple first, nor what fruit the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil even is.
Isn't it an apple?
Nope, never specified.
Wasn't it mentioned in like Paradise Lost or something?
Paradise Lost is like a non-canonical. It's like a work of fiction though.
I know,
Paradise
but
Lost.
still.
I don't know where it came from. I know when it came from. It came from like the 1300s is when we started getting depictions of it as an apple. Which is
so
really
then
strange,
what? How
the
did
book was written like 6000 BC supposedly. I don't know. It's just so weird.
But then
There's so much.
But then, like, what's up with like all of this like lore about like apples? Like in Viking lore, there's that whole thing about like the golden apples of Idun or whatever they're called that like keep gods and their god powers. They keep them.
Maybe maybe Christians took the imagery of apples from the Vikings. Who knows? Who's to say? It's interesting. I could talk for hours about the symbolism in the book of Genesis, but I don't want to do that. This is not the correct forum for that kind of discussion.
That'll be on your solo podcast.
Patreon only.
$4
$5 a month. Hear me go verse by verse to the Old Testament.
So you just AI change your voice to like Ben Shapiro, and you're like, okay, so today we're gonna go over Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with a man. Like, man shall not lie with man. Actually, we're gonna go over why this is false.
Ben Shapiro, if he was like aggressively pro homosexuality and anti heterosexuality.
No, just starts to tear apart the Bible.
Oh God! Oh dear God! What? So this is a special episode.
Is it?
Supposedly.
Okay.
I mean, we were raised in a counting system where 10 is a pretty important number.
10 means death.
In what context?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Oh my God.
I'd rather not say.
So, do you have any plans that you want to go through before we...
No, I came here a free spirit.
Oh God. I have something larger prepared, but it's not going to take us to the end, so we're going to have to freestyle quite a bit of this.
Okay, give me a beat, I'll freestyle.
No. Oh no. So we have done 10 episodes, right?
Yes.
we've had quite a bit of one-off games that we both played.
Yeah.
This is what I like to call Attack of the Recurring segment, where I have taken 3 of the things we've done in the past, and and we're doing them again.
I swear to God, if this is going to be another fucking BuzzFeed quiz section, I swear to
No.
fuck.
I should have, but no. I have a couple riddles from riddles.com.
Oh, okay.
I have a smattering of Would You Rather questions.
Okay.
And I have the Guess the Show game that we did when Nick was here. So we're going for round 2 of that. We're going to start with Guess the Show. So, just to recap, I'm going to list out 8 TV shows. And you got to tell me which title you think I made up.
How come we never did that One Piece stream into a fucking podcast?
Because we should, first of all.
Where I just have to describe the arcs? Like, that's crazy. Like, are there any other shows that are like that long that like you're into that you can try to like get me to try to describe?
We could do that today because you've definitely forgotten everything, and I know the names of all the arcs off the top of my head.
Because I can try and like also describe what happens in Naruto.
I don't know anything about Naruto.
I've never seen anything about Naruto. Like, I tried describing it to my brother and his D&D friends before, and they just burst out laughing.
We're gonna get into the game first. We'll
Sure.
talk about that after.
Okay.
First, I already said the rules. So these are all sitcoms.
Okay.
That aired within the 1900s. So between the year 1900 and 1999. All of these. We have Married with Children, Family Matters, Family Ties, Family Rules, An American Family, The American Family, The Partridge Family, and My Family.
So I have to guess which one is an actual show?
Which one of these did I make up? 7 of these are real, 1 of them is fake.
Can you say them again?
Married with Children.
Yeah.
Family Matters.
Yeah.
Family Ties.
Yeah.
Family Rules with a Z. An American Family.
Yeah.
The American Family.
Yeah.
The Partridge Family. And My Family.
I want to say My Family.
Is that your final? You deliberate. Work it through a little. Work out your thought process out loud here.
I think Family Matters. I think Family Matters and Family Ties sound familiar. The Partridge Family sounds kind of familiar, I guess. Married with Children sounds like something you would make up, but I feel like that is also a Trojan horse.
Yeah, it doesn't fit with the theme, so we're playing the game now. We're really getting into it.
Oh God. Why did we start off this game with monogamy? I guess My Family.
You think My Family is the one I made up? That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Sorry to say you're wrong. I made up Family Rules with a Z.
God damn it. I had a feeling. I was like, that sounds something stupid. Maybe that's an actual sitcom.
Family Matters is the one with Urkel in it.
Oh. I don't know who that is, but okay.
He's like, did I do that?
Doesn't narrow it down.
He wears a bow tie. Anyway. Overall, shut up. Of the 4 rounds that we've done in podcast history, I think you've gotten 0 points so far.
Editor, roll the tape.
Editor, don't. Because I'm the editor and I don't want to do that.
Editor, please.
Vetoed. So these are Anime.
Is that it?
These are 8 anime, 2 of which I made up this time.
Oh, shit.
Psychic Wars.
Okay.
The Misfit of Demon King Academy, history's strongest Demon King reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants.
Okay.
Bobo hyphen Bo hyphen Bobo.
Okay.
Help, my dad is an evil overlord and I'm the hero.
Yeah.
The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Okay.
I couldn't become the hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. My trip to the town of Catwomen. And I want to eat your pancreas.
Okay, I know that one's real.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to pick that first one, Psychic Wars, and
Psychic Wars.
And what was the one, the women that really, really, really love you?
Yeah.
I want to pick those.
What do you think those two are about?
I want to say Psychic Wars is either about like 2 people or like groups of people that have telepathy and they're just at war with each other in their minds. Almost like Sword Art Online, like it's not actually happening, like it's not actually real, it's all in their heads. Or it's about psychic like tarot card readers that are like warring against their businesses. Yeah. Like two psychics who like have their business set up across the street from each other. And they have to like get like one over the other so they can get all of the business.
So it's like that one episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, literally.
So I'm gonna, because you're doing not too good at this game.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you a lifeline and tell you that at least one of those answers is incorrect.
Okay.
You want me to read it again? You really
okay.
let them wash over you.
I'm gonna let. Okay, yeah. Say them again.
Psychic Wars.
Okay.
The Misfit of Demon King Academy, history's strongest Demon King reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants.
Okay.
Bobo. Help, my dad is an evil overlord and I'm the hero.
Okay.
The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Okay.
I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. My trip to the town of Catwomen.
Oh god.
And I want to eat your pancreas.
Okay, I'm gonna change both my answers. I'm gonna change to I couldn't be the hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job.
Yep.
And the Bopo one.
What do you think those two are about?
I think
one of them's pretty obvious.
I think Bopo, like the first thing that pops into my mind is like a recreation of Flubber, except anime.
Oh my God. What is it? You've mentioned Flubber in like the last 3 episodes.
Because it's iconic, even though I've never seen it.
Abby.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say you're wrong.
What
about both.
To both?
Yep.
What
both
the fuck?
Those are real.
They're real?
All 4 of the ones you said were fake are real.
Well, then what were the real ones?
The fake ones were Help, my dad is an evil overlord, and my trip to the town of Catwomen.
God damn it. I would have thought those were real.
No. 100 Girls Who Really, 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 Really Love You is a real show, and it has a 2 on IMDb.
Oh, God. Well, moving on.
Are you ready for our final category of this particular game?
Yes.
This is crime shows that are currently airing on CBS specifically.
CBS specifically, okay.
Yes. FBI Most Wanted.
Okay.
NCIS Michigan.
Okay.
NCIS Sydney.
Okay.
FBI True.
Okay.
The Real CSI Miami.
Okay.
NCIS Origins.
Okay.
FBI International.
Okay.
FBI, Michigan.
Yeah. So I have to pick which ones are actually on air?
There's 2 that are fake.
There's 2. Okay, so I have to pick 2 that are the fake
Yeah.
ones. Okay, so oh god. I want to say FBI Michigan
Yeah.
and god,
You want me to go through them again?
go through them again.
FBI, Most Wanted.
Okay.
NCIS, Michigan. NCIS, Sydney.
Uh-huh.
FBI, True.
Uh-huh.
The Real CSI, Miami.
Okay.
NCIS, Origins.
Okay.
FBI, International.
Uh-huh.
FBI, Michigan.
I want to say FBI Michigan and the real SCIS Miami.
Yeah. Oh. I'm going to throw you another lifeline.
God damn it!
At least one of your choices is wrong.
What was the second one you said?
NCIS, Michigan.
Okay. I'd like to change my answer from FBI Michigan to that one.
Okay. Abby.
What?
I made up both the Michigan ones.
God damn it!
Do you know what NCIS stands for?
No.
Naval Crime Scene Investigation.
In Michigan.
There's no ocean in Michigan.
I know. That's why it's funny.
I also want to point out FBI International. You mean the CIA?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's what the CIA is.
What if
FBI
it said?
colon true is real, by the way.
I know. I had a feeling. What if it was like NCIS Sahara Desert?
NCIS Egypt. No, but they do border an ocean.
FBI Space Edition.
NCIS Nairobi.
CIS Desert Storm.
NCSI Nebraska.
What's the?
I also wrote all of them as NCIS when it should be NCSI.
Oh.
I'm so dumb. Oh dear God.
NCSI Marianas Trench.
True. That's the only place where they would actually be effective.
Yeah.
So you did get 0 points.
What? I thought I got one.
No. Wait, no, you did. You got one.
Yeah. Huzzah.
So riddles. Do you remember the riddles segment? Do you remember how awesome that was?
That was weird.
Okay, so I got 7
Our
riddles
best
for
segment ever.
I got 7 riddles for you.
God.
In the dark I am found without being fetched. In the day I am lost without being stolen. What am I? This is an actual riddle. This is like an actual...
What's the first part?
In the dark I am found without being fetched.
In the light, I am
In
lost.
the day I am lost without being stolen.
Sleep?
When you work this out, just like verbally. We're on a podcast. Like, voice your thoughts here.
In the night, I am found without being fetched.
Yep.
In the day, I am lost without being stolen.
So true, bestie.
Is it the moon? Gru stole the moon!
Very close.
Sleep. The moon.
It's close to the moon.
It's close to the moon. Okay, the International Space Station.
No. No.
Just the stars.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. You got it.
Huzzah!
It's the stars. Good job. So this one is called The Hardest Riddle Ever.
Okay, let's see it.
I turned polar bears white. And I will make you cry. I make guys have to pee. And girls comb their hair. I make celebrities look stupid. And normal people look like celebrities. I turn pancakes brown. And I make your champagne bubble. If you squeeze me, I'll pop. If you look at me, you'll pop. What am I?
I want to say either light or air, but that doesn't make sense.
Nothing makes sense about this. Do you want me to read?
I turn polar bears white?
Yeah, and I will make you cry. I make guys have to pee and girls comb their hair.
Is it...
What do you not get about this?
Is it wind?
No. What about wind makes guys have to pee?
I don't know. I'm not a guy.
Does the wind make you cry?
Yes, sometimes if the wind is really hard and cold in your eyes, you tear up.
I make celebrities look stupid and normal PPL look like celebrities.
Upskirt photos.
No.
If you squeeze me, I pop.
Yes.
If you look at me, you pop.
Yes.
Outer space? Pressure? Age? Time?
What the yes, the answer is time.
How the fuck
Makes
does
perfect
time...
sense.
How the fuck does time turn polar bears white?
How does time make guys have to pee?
I mean, over time, I guess, if they don't go to the bathroom.
If you look at time, you'll pop?
Like a Pop-Tart. I mean, I'm moments away from exploding.
Popping. I'm
From
looking at the clock
popping.
right now and I am dead.
Oh, hold on. Can we do a podcast moment of silence for a moment?
For what?
Hold on.
Okay. I'm just gonna edit this out. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just cutting up some cheese.
Why? What are you talking about?
I'm just cutting up cheese. Okay, now
gonna
continue.
Okay.
Continue.
I don't... Okay. I'm just gonna cut that out. What is invisible? Spelled INVSEBL. And smells like carrots.
The breath of someone who just ate a carrot.
No.
Piss.
No. If your piss is invisible, you should go to a doctor.
No, that means you're healthy.
No. The doctor, I've just been pissing air.
What's invisible but smells like carrots? An invisible carrot.
No. I would accept it, but no.
A fart that smells like a carrot.
The answer is rabbit farts and then an exclamation point. I'm gonna give that one to you.
Smart.
It's so awesome. I love riddles.com. Your one-stop shop for the best riddles in the universe.
What's long and sticky?
A piece of shit.
A log with marmalade smothered all over it. Oh,
So true.
So true. Guess you would never have thought that.
What is red and has pimples and fungus growing on it?
Me?
Very close.
A person that doesn't move. A dead person.
Close.
Your son that's in the basement that never leaves.
I'm just gonna give it to you.
What is it?
The answer is your ass, ellipsis, you check no, ellipsis, N, next time you go to the bathroom, clean yourself, 1.
Wow. So
Yeah.
eloquently spoken.
Like Plato himself has entered the podcast and has given us logical puzzles for the ages.
It's the same thing as that one philosopher that came in to the theater hall with a chicken and screamed, "Behold a man!"
Yeah. Plato's mad. Alright, here's the next riddle. There's only 2 left.
Okay.
What's fat and ugly and the same time again?
Is it your mom?
Yes.
Is it actually?
The answer is your dad and you. And you can't forget your mom.
And who could forget your mom?
It's so fucking dumb.
God, that's so stupid.
I love riddles.com.
Did you say riddles.com?
Riddles.com. Riddles.gov. If you were to dig a hole through the earth and out the other side, would you come out feet first or head first?
Probably dead.
No.
Head first?
No.
Feet first.
No.
You would come out in pieces.
Nope.
You would not. You would not, because you would die at the core of the earth.
No. You're really bad at riddles.
How can I be bad at riddles? These are created by fucking Plato.
I'm picturing you staring deadpan at the computer monitor. Just like so tired.
Well, no, I'm currently staring at my cheese and eating it.
Why? The answer is all caps. Who knows? So
Amazing
you really
riddle.
Should have thought of that. You really should have thought about that, actually.
God damn it. Nobel Prize winner author of this riddle.
It's awesome. That's all that I have for now. I'm just pressing next on the riddles to see if I can find another stupid funny one. Oh, here's another one that's awesome. What would you do? What do you do when life gives you lemons?
What?
Find a boy with a paper cut. The immediate next riddle when I pressed next was titled "Read This!" exclamation points. All caps. This is the riddle. The riddles that answer are the wind are really lame. Stop accepting them. And the answer to that riddle is you suck.
What the fuck?
Oh, riddles.com. My love. Let me just save those real quick so I can go back to them later for reference.
What does a horse say when someone asks it why the long face?
Nay.
Fuck you.
True. Facts, man, facts.
Fuck.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh no. That's a problem.
What?
The document that had the would you rather questions written in it is gone.
That's funny.
So all the questions are fucking gone. Oh, we'll make them up. We'll make them up on the fly. Oh my god.
Would you rather die by fire or die by ice drowning in the Titanic?
Fire.
Truth.
Because it burns your nerve endings.
Yeah. I at one time in my life I almost considered like drowning like Titanic style like in the ice water just because like my body would be preserved and they would eventually find me.
That's not how that works.
Why not?
Do you think this isn't Jurassic Park? You know?
The water isn't resin.
People will decay even when in ice. It's not Captain America.
Oh, really? How about those people in like woolly mammoths and shit that you can find in the ice sometimes?
Yeah, a lot of them are very decayed.
Not always.
Okay. Anyway. Oh my god. Let me see.
Eat a bumblebee or shove a squid up your ass.
What the fuck? What are the? How are those? Oh my god,
Because
I have
squid
5.
have teeth.
Or I have 3. 3 of the would you rather's out of the 10 that I wrote have saved. Awesome. Thank you,
I'd
Google
rather
Docs.
eat a bee.
Okay. Would you rather? Thank you. I'd probably do that too. Would you rather repeat high school or lose 15 years off your life?
Go back to high school?
Yeah. Would you rather
Like,
repeat
start-
the 4 years of high school
Oh,
or lose 15 years off your lifespan?
God.
I know. The fact that it's close is upsetting.
Yeah, I guess maybe go back to high school.
Terrible choice.
What about you? What would you do?
I'd probably lose 15 years, to be honest.
Well, I don't want to. I'm in my prime. I don't want to lose 15 years yet.
No, you'd lose 15 years at the end.
End of what?
Your life. Your life would just be 15 years shorter.
I know, but what if? But we can't tell by fate. What if I die tomorrow?
Then you would die 14 years ago.
Amazing logic. Next one.
Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no games? Or games, unlimited games, but no games?
What?
I feel like I'm being pretty clear, but I'll repeat just in case. Would you rather have... Okay. Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no games? Or games, unlimited games, but no games?
Obviously the first one. Even though
Why?
I don't really like bacon. I don't really like bacon, but either way I don't get games. At least I have bacon.
Well, no, but with the second option you get unlimited games.
But also no games.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a fat ass with no fat?
I don't see what you find so complicated about this.
Would you rather be dead but with no breath? Or would you rather be alive but with no heartbeat?
True. That's also a tough one. I'd have to think about it. Here's the one that I wrote down, like the only one left from the 10 that I did. Would you rather be in a dog body, but have everybody act like you're human? Or have a human body, but everybody acts like you're a dog?
That already happens. I'd rather have a dog body, but everyone acts like I'm human.
Yeah, so you'd still have to do taxes, though. If you, kept your human body and everyone thought you were a dog, then you wouldn't have to do taxes anymore. You wouldn't have to do anything. You just kind of sit around.
Yeah, but I'd rather have the dog body because then, every time I get wet, I can always, get back at them by, shaking really hard in an enclosed room. And they'd be like, "Why'd you do that, man?" I'm like, "Bro, I have fur. Give me a fucking break."
I'm just imagining a corgi in glasses and a little tuxedo filing a tax return.
You imagine me as a corgi if I were a dog?
Oh, that's a question. What dog would you be? I'm...
Anything but a bitch. Oh.
By definition, you would be a bitch.
Fuck off.
You'd be a female dog. What the hell? By definition, you'd be a bitch.
Look at this bitch. I'd turn around in my swivel chair and I'd be like, "I'm going to HR right now."
I think you'd either be a golden retriever or a Saint Bernard.
I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that says about you that you would think that.
I don't know. What dog would I be? Not so fucking easy, is it, huh?
No, well, thing is, I always envision myself as some kind of mutt. Have you ever seen Annie? Like from the 80s, like the remastered one.
Yeah,
That
remastered. Yeah,
that takes place in like the Great Depression.
yeah.
You know the dog Sandy?
No,
Okay, well I would envision myself as like some kind of mutt like that, and I would
I know what
envision
a mutt
you.
is though.
I would envision you as that as well.
You'd be like a retriever husky mix.
Like some kind of like weird mutt mix that's not like inbred, and so we're just sort of like, hey, we're mutts, but we're mutts together.
As long as I'm not a pug.
No, Jesus,
That's all
you're
I
not a pug.
want.
Or maybe, well, I also kind of imagine you as like one of those like Borsoi dogs that has like the really long snout.
Oh God, yes.
And you'd be like,
That's
let
awesome.
me do it for you.
Realist, I'd want to be a Shiba, but I don't deserve to be a Shiba.
Plus, Shibas are really annoying, and you're not that annoying.
Like, how are they annoying? Shiba Inu?
Yeah, they're a little bit annoying.
How are they
Just by
annoying?
just by nature. Just a little bit.
They always look like they're smiling.
They always look like they're ready to yell at you.
I think we might be thinking about different dogs.
No, Shiba Inu.
Doge.
I would know. I raised one. I need 10 dogs.
You... oh God.
I would know.
Speaking of Nintendogs, how's the 3DS working out for you?
Haven't used it yet.
Fuck.
I've been...
I spent hours setting it up.
Well, no, that's not true. I'm still because I'm still obsessed with like the Super Mario Bros for the DS, and so I'm just kind of stuck on that right now. But
Of course.
I'm also just like, part of me is like, just like, don't play it until you get like your own 3DS, and then like you can feel good about playing it, so that you'll feel fine about giving it back and like learning how to do all the stuff on the 3DS with your new 3DS.
Oh God. Oh dear God. It just give me like 250 and I'll give you that one. No.
You said no.
Yeah, no. That one's too beat up. One of my 3DSs has a hinge that broke off.
Oh, that's how much you know it's pimped up.
It's pimped up.
It's pimp my DS, pimp my console.
Pimp my bookie.
Should have made that show.
Right.
Pimp my console.
Pimp my... You know that show was fake, right?
Was it actually?
Yes. Like a lot
Oh.
of people in who were on Pimp My Ride say that they had to pay out of pocket for a lot of the changes, and also that the car was still a piece of shit after they left. And
Oh,
like a
that
lot of the
sucks.
changes were only cosmetic, and it still barely
Aw.
functioned.
Well then, wait. Who was the host of that show?
Exhibit X-Ibit.
Okay, because for a moment I could have sworn, like, if you'd asked me that, I probably would have said P Diddy.
Oh God,
Yeah.
it was Drake.
Or Drake. Yeah.
We don't love Drake here.
We don't like anyone here.
Enemy of the show, Drake. Friend
Or
of the
just-
show, Exhibit.
See, we only had one guest on this show because we hate people.
No, I keep asking. I've asked every single person I know, and they've all told me to fuck off.
Well, I've told my brother, but he's sort of like, yeah, just let me know. And so, like, every time we're about to
Just let
record,
me know.
I was like, oh shit, he doesn't have any equipment yet.
Yeah. No, I also don't want people to buy equipment just for this shit show.
Yeah.
So that was Attack of the Recurring segment, by the way.
Oh, the attack is over.
You did poorly.
My SAT scores are not doing that great.
No, I don't. I think you got 1 point.
10th percentile.
You answered some of the riddles kind of correct.
That has to count for something. That has to count.
Oh dear God.
What?
What are we gonna do, man? Just in general, in like life.
Well, we can always start a commune.
We can always start a podcast.
Yeah, no one's done that before.
They're a really good idea for a podcast where we just kind of sit and talk.
Yeah, that'd be so crazy, and then we would just be completely unhinged and just talk about like, hey, so Do you want to like listen to like for like 15 minutes about like the JoJo Siwa lore or
What would you do if you woke up in a world where everybody was an anthropomorphic furry except some people who were humans and they were violently discriminated against?
I would tell them to get another plot because Zootopia already did that.
Would you?
Oh,
Would
you want a silly answer? You want a silly answer? I would say please don't do that, and then I would get the furry Martin Luther King Jr. to go on a march.
what would you do if you got pregnant and
Oh.
then you like carried to term 9 months and then it was like a hard labor and you gave birth and you're like, I can't wait to meet my baby, and the doctor's like, we have a problem, and then it was a furry.
Gone, baby, gone.
It was like a. You would throw away the baby if they were
No.
furry. What do you mean?
You've never seen Gone, Baby, Gone?
No.
It's when like the baby gets like kidnapped
What?
or like something
What are you
happens. I
talking
can't
about?
remember. Either way, do you mean like the baby is like born with a fursuit on?
No, the baby is like an anthropomorphic animal.
Oh shit.
So the baby has like dog ears and fur and a snout.
but is partially human?
Yeah, but they like stand on. But they are like, you know what anthropomorphic means? Don't make me explain it to you.
Oh, right. Oh, so it's not like half human, half animal. It's literally just like Zootopia anthropomorphic animal.
Yes. It's Nick Wilde.
I would do that thing that like Thanos' mom tried to do and try to kill the baby.
What would you? What the fuck? Your husband looks at you and like, that's
What?
not my fault.
That's not my kid. And I'd be
And then
like,
you-
it's not mine either.
You hear a laugh track and a song starts playing.
Oh my god.
What would you do though? Legit, like
Like actually have
no
a baby?
bits, no like, I would drop kick it like a football. Like legitimately, what would you do if you gave birth and the doctor was like, and they opened the blanket and it was a dog?
Just a straight up puppy?
Yeah, just not even here, just straight up dog.
Oh, I would be really confused.
It's straight up dog, man.
Don't.
Why? You ever heard of that?
Don't do that.
That's what it's called. You ever heard of up dog?
Don't. I know what you're gonna fucking do. It's all up, dog.
You ever heard of upcon?
You ever heard of going on, bitch? You ever heard of going on, bitch?
That's awful.
Oh my god.
Jeez, Jesus.
What would you
This
do
is-
if you picked up the phone and it felt like you were outside of your body and like your mom was calling and you couldn't stop yourself and you said, what's good, bitch?
I think my mom would kill me. That happened one. Okay, so
Spill the tea.
when we were like, when like 2 years ago now, I think I told you at the time even. We first started calling each other bitch as like a term of endearment. And the first time we did it, just like everything, because me and you both do this, we overuse bits a lot.
Yeah.
So I think we said it like 500 times just in that one time you were over.
Yeah.
And then when you had left, I was just talking to my mom and I called her a bitch.
Oh my god.
And she looked at me and said, "Excuse you?" And I was like, oh my god, I'm dead. That's it. This is where my life ends. There's no way I can explain this. I'm just dead.
Oh my god. That's funny.
So I'm dead. I'm a ghost. I've been a ghost for the past 3 years. Boo.
Dude, I don't think I've ever called, like, it, whether intentionally or by accident, I've never called, like, my parents, like, anything like that.
Yeah.
Except I do remember this one time. Oh my god. I remember when me and my brother were still, like, little. And our parents would, like, make us go to church on Sundays. we would always try to like bribe them with like, hey, if we're good, can we have Tim Hortons? Can we get like Tim Hortons or something?
Yeah.
And like sometimes they would allow it. But there was this one time where like me and Liam were just like super restless, and we were just like too giggly and just like poking each other and all that shit at church. And our parents were like, "Dude, shut the fuck up." And then and then like we get in the car and like we pass the Tim Hortons and like you're not getting Tim Hortons. Like y'all behaved like so bad. And like we just look at each other, look at them, and we just go
Just start crying.
just start crying. And I was so upset because like we had never had like that kind of talking to like ever. And so like when we got home, I ran up to like my dad's room and I wrote a note. And I wrote a note saying I hate you.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And that's all I remember about it. And I remember like my dad
God.
just like yelling at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Can I share with you my only 2 church experiences that I remember? Because I had to go to Sunday school quite a bit.
Sure.
Whenever we visit my grandmother, she's super religious. She would make us go to Sunday school. If we were there for the weekend, we would be going to Sunday school in the morning. And I don't remember pretty much anything about it.
Okay. Good start.
One time, like the second to last time, I actually went to that church. We entered in, and I went to walk over to the table, and my grandmother was like, "Actually, you're coming in and sitting on the surface with me today." And we came in, and it was really weird, and I didn't know what to do, and people kept standing up and singing us songs that I had no clue what they were, like hymns and everything, and I was just so lost and confused. And then the preacher started talking about the Tower of Babel as if it were like a real, actual thing that genuinely happened in human history. And even at the age of 10, I was like, you know what? I don't think that's true. I don't think that humans built the tower tall enough to reach heaven and then God zapped us all.
Well, the thing is, like, in the sermons that I listened to,
Yeah,
when I was younger, because at the time, like, up until like my parents switched churches, because like we had like the same priest for like years, and that like we all knew the tea, like we all knew that like there's a certain level of like fiction or whatever, but the whole point of like us like listening and being there was like just like being together and like just, you know, giving thanks to God and stuff, not taking it like too seriously, just
and
taking meaning from the stories, right? But like a lot of the sermons were about like Jesus going from like town to town, or like the Last Supper, and like the meanings behind that and having interpretations of that. Yeah. We never really had any like sermons about like the Tower of Babylon and like how that actually happened. Like
Catholics are far more willing to read metaphor into the Bible than a lot of non-denominational churches are, which is better.
Yeah,
the Bible
I mean,
is
like,
a lot of metaphor.
Well, there is still that whole thing of like every single sermon there was it's a schedule to every time we go to church for an hour, because like we do like communion every time, and so at communion there's like a thing that we keep saying where like the priest it's like he goes over like Jesus at the Last Supper, and he's like, "Take this, all of you, and drink and eat from it, for this is my blood," and like and all that stuff, and like we interpret that as not exactly as actually happening, because that's what happened in the Bible. That's how the Bible says it does. Like, not like they don't talk about it as in like, yeah, this happened like however many thousand years ago at this time.
It's the Family Guy bit where Peter converts to Catholicism and takes communion. He's like, "Whoa, is that really Christ's blood?" "Yeah." "Well, he must have been wasted 24/7, eh?"
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Either way, but our sermons were just more of just like, so what does it mean when like Jesus said like, you know, "Let the children come to me"? Like, what did he mean by that? What does that mean? It means we should blah 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 blah. You know.
Yeah, which is not like particularly invalid, but
Yeah, it's more just of this deriving meaning.
That was a really poor choice of first sermon to go to. My girl was, what do you think of church? And Caleb was like, that was dumb. She was like, okay, well, guess we're not going back there. Well, it's also really weird to be just handed a sheet with a bunch of lyrics on it and go like, what? And then look up and everybody's standing up and chanting a song. And I was like, I don't know what to do here.
Well, the thing is, this might be a bit too personal, but if you don't like this question, then we can cut it out. Is your, like, grandmother, like, Catholic, or is she, like...
No, she's non-denominational.
Okay, I don't
so
really
it's just,
know.
like, Protestant, but it...
like, evangelical?
No. Denominations are weird. Protestant, but not part of the Protestant church or the Baptist convention.
Methodist, maybe? I don't know. Either way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't understand the denominations either. Like, if someone said, like, hey, like, are you, like, Christian or whatever? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm Christian. But then, like, people would be like, no, I'm Methodist, or, like, I was raised Baptist or Presbyterian, or, like, I don't know the difference. I don't understand the difference. Like, especially if you were like, oh, my family is, like, Puritan. It's like, okay, so some kind of Anglican version of Christianity, question mark?
No, yeah. Like,
well, I know what Puritan
denominations
is.
There's, like, over 4,000 denominations. To label all of them would take so long.
Well, Christian denominations, yeah.
Like, the last time I went to that church, I was, like, 12?
Yeah.
I thought that Sunday school was, like, a thing organized by the church.
It was for our school.
No. I went in, service started, I was sitting at the table, and I was the oldest one at the table. Everyone else was, like, 10, 5, 7, whatever. I was the oldest kid at the table. So everyone looked at me and was like, so what are we doing today? I was like, what? I don't know. They're like, well, you're the oldest, so what are we doing? I was like, I don't know. What do you want from me? And so it was an hour and a half of that, of us just sitting around and people being, but you're in charge. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then my grandmother came on and was like, so what'd you think of Sunday school today? And I was like, I don't want to do that again. And I was, like, really anxious, and I hated it. And it's the last time I ever went to that church. It was so weird, and I don't like it.
Dude, that's not what my Sunday school was like. It was
an amount of responsibility I did not want.
Dude, the thing is, we didn't call it Sunday school, we called it catechism. And catechism was organized by adults of the church so that, like, every grade up until, like, grade 10, so, like, from kindergarten or, like, grade 1 to, like, grade 10, there was a section in the church, in the basement, that had different, like, classrooms and different, like, areas where each class, so each age group for each grade, school grade, would gather and, like, there'd be, like, an adult that would talk to them, like, okay, so here's, like, our grade 7 catechism book for this year, so everyone open your book, and we're gonna read a story, and we're gonna talk about it and what that means, and we might do some coloring and stuff like that, too. So it was basically just a classroom. It was literally just a classroom.
Like a Christian-themed daycare, but, like, run by people who are actually doing shit.
Yeah.
And not, like, people who are slightly older.
Yeah, and it was, like, people who were, like, and as you got older, like, you leaned more into, like, Bible teachings and, like, confirmation and stuff like that, and trying to, like, interpret stuff of, like, what the Bible means. But, like, if you were, like, 6 or 7 years old, you were just watching VeggieTales for, like, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Whenever, that's what it was, because I used to go to Boy Scouts.
I was in Brownies.
Yeah, but you were in Girl Scouts.
Yeah, and that still sucked.
Yeah, they both suck. It's just
Sparkles
mine also comes with a twinge of dead naming and transphobia.
Awesome. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Whenever there was a meeting or just, like, they didn't have a plan, they would just pull out a VHS and make us watch VeggieTales because we had it out of a church, and the only VHSs they had were, like, overtly religious and VeggieTales. So we just watched VeggieTales.
Oh my god.
because
Dude.
they didn't want us to watch like Bible tracks or whatever.
Yeah. Thing is, like, the thing before that happens before brownies is sparklers or sparkles, which is like a
Yep.
pink version. I actually liked that because I was distracted enough not to be anxious enough to know where, like, to ask where my parents are. But in brownies, we went to a different church for brownies, me and my two cousins. Church we never went to, but we went to the basement of this church, and
Yeah.
it was like every Tuesday or Wednesday night or whatever, and we had to wear like these orange shirts with like brown skirts and shit, and I hated it because I hate skirts. I hated it, and so I just wanted to like just wear jeans and shit, and are like, no, that's not the brownies uniform, and I'm like, this sucks shit. And so for an hour, every time I had brownies, I would just be like waiting for the hour to be up, and just I think that's kind of how it started, of like separation anxiety with
Yeah.
like parents and stuff like that, of being like, hey, like are our parents here yet? What time is it? When are we done?
You lived
When
the
can I
life that I wanted.
when can we go home? And then but it was happening so much for that year, because I only went to brownies for 1 year, that at the end of the year we had like a brownies like graduation sort of, where every girl got like a certificate for something. And I was just so not into it that they couldn't think of something to give me. And so they, I'm pretty sure I told you this before, but they gave me a certificate that said I was awarded the certificate for being the quote most questionable.
I was not told that.
For being the most questionable, because I asked a lot
The
of
most
questions.
questionable.
Because I asked a lot of questions.
Oh. Oh.
So yeah, I am the most questionable.
The most questionable. That's awesome. Oh
And
my
don't
god.
think too much into it.
I had Scouts was structured where it was like beavers and then cubs and then Boy Scouts.
Yeah, my brother was in Scouts too for
I
a
was in
while.
beavers and cubs and I hated every second of it because there was just a bunch of boys doing violent shit basically.
Huh.
Like before the leader got in to actually start the ceremony or anything, it was just like getting up on stage and be like, how hard do you think I can fall before I hurt my arm? And it's like shoving each other off the stage, and I was like, I don't like this. Oh god, my first ever camp experience.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I left in the middle of the night with my dad, who was the volunteer leader, because we got there, and
You said no.
this is actually fucked. First of all, I just realized something about this that's fucked.
What? Spill it.
They gave, first of all, whittling practice. We had whittling. I cut my thumb. And they're like, okay, maybe you don't get the knife anymore. And that was horribly embarrassing. But then we had to do like a running based game that decided who got food that night.
What?
Like there was a bunch of spaghetti and not that much sauce. I'm being serious. So
There
we
was
had
a
to
bunch of
run.
spaghetti, and so of course it was like the Hunger Games.
We had to run a lap around an obstacle course. And whatever team finished first got to go to the buffet first and pick all the spaghetti. So by the I was like one of the last people to go. By the time I got there, there was no sauce and barely any spaghetti. So I barely ate that day.
Oh, that sucks.
And then I got made fun of for bringing a blanket because I was like 12. And you're not supposed to have a blankie when you're 12 because of reasons.
Bitch, I have a blankie now.
And then, so I like started crying at like midnight. I went to my dad and we drove home early, and he was really not happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, he sucked.
Damn.
Like a month later, my dad was like, "Hey, do you want to go to another camping trip?" And I was like, "Nope."
Wow.
I did end up going to another Scouts trip, but it got rained out, so we had to leave that day anyway.
God said, I got you.
It was that's my experience with Scouts.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love.
I know my brother wasn't a huge fan of Scouts either. Like, I think he kind of liked it, but he did Beavers and Cubs, but I think that was it. And I remember this one time, like, when he was still in Scouts, me and, like, my parents and my brother, we went on, like, a road trip to Montreal for some reason. And I remember we were walking the streets of Montreal, and I think all of us, except for my brother, were really stressed out because he just kept wandering around, and, like, we kept losing sight of him. And so, like, it was just really, like, tense, I guess, because we were just like, okay, is Liam with us? Okay, cool. And so we were just, and at one point, I hear, like, my dad talking to my mom about, like, how he was like this at, like, a camping trip that he volunteered to, like, help be a leader for.
Yeah.
And he was just sort of, like, and he was, like, really, and he was, well, not really mad, but he was just, like, irritated. And he was like this on the camping trip, like I don't know, like, like, I don't know what to do. And so I just took it upon myself to, like, be the herding dog to lead to my brother's sheep, to just like every time we, like, passed by a place that, like, Liam would stop at and, like, look in the windows and our parents would keep walking, I would have to, like, literally push him and just be like, we have to keep moving. Like, we're in a crowd. We're in Montreal. Like, we're in downtown Montreal. Like, we're gonna get lost if we don't keep sight of them. Yeah, and then, like, we stopped at a Ben and Jerry's, and then Liam was like, "Can we have some Ben and Jerry's?" Our parents were like, "No," and, like, Liam just, like, stood in front of the Ben and Jerry's and just wouldn't move.
That sounds like some real anxiety autism behavior, and I'm here for it.
What? Just standing there?
Yeah, that's just everything.
And I'd be
like
we have to go. We have to keep moving. They said no. And my brother was like, no, I want to stand out here and look at the ice cream flavors. And I'm like, they're leaving. They're crossing the street.
Oh, dear God.
So, yeah, I did not enjoy that.
No. Would you believe it? Scouts is not a super welcoming organization for people who aren't stereotypical young boys.
Truth.
Because most of the leaders are stereotypical young boys. You're thinking, fighting's good for you. Yeah, break a couple teeth in that rock. It's fine.
We're not doing stargazing. That's for Girl Scouts. We're going to do some whittling. We're going to shoot a beaver.
I did have a whittling permit. I did eventually get it, and I was allowed to have a knife. But then I had to renew it I had to renew the whittling permit every year. But you know what? Now I just have a knife in my drawer, and I don't have to renew jack shit. So fuck you, Boy Scouts.
Do you whittle?
I'm a strong independent woman who could whittle if she wanted to.
Do you whittle? Hell no.
I have a knife in my drawer just in case.
If the Boy Scouts try to come back for me, I have a knife and I'm not afraid to use it.
Just in case the boogeyman comes up and says, you don't know jack shit about whittling. And I'm like, oh yeah? And I carve a perfect duck in 5 seconds.
You ever see the live action movie of Casper the Friendly Ghost?
What the fuck are you talking about?
No. Listen to me. Have you ever seen the movie?
No. I know Pauly Shore is the Sniveler, and he's the best thing ever.
Okay, because there's a scene where, like, Casper's mom, like, floats in, like, as a corporeal looking ghost through a church window.
I'm thinking about the prequel. I'm thinking about the prequel they made. It was so much shittier.
Can I talk?
I've never seen the original. Sorry.
It's okay. But there's, like, a scene in the movie where, like, Casper's mom comes in through a window all, like, benevolent and stuff like that. And I just thought of, like, what if, like, a visage of a ghost, like, just, like, floated lovey-dovey through your window and was like, show me your whittling skills, young one. And you said, bet. And then
whittling skills.
Your whittling skills, young one. And you said, bet. And then you just went to town on a piece of oak wood or whatever, and, like, just came up, and it was just a finely tuned carving of homeless Squidward in a box.
What the fuck are you talking about? I thought I knew that's where this was going for, like, half a second.
and like just immaculate, and like nobody else knows this. No one knows I can do this. Don't tell anyone.
It'll be
And the
our
ghost was
secret.
like, okay, bye.
So here's a question that I developed while you were talking about that. Which supernatural entities would you date and which would you not?
Supernatural entities?
Yeah, so like if a guy was a werewolf, would you date a werewolf guy?
Sure, I did a werewolf guy. It just depends on like how human or how like anthropomorphized animal
It's
he
like
is at the moment.
he's like a normal
He's
guy.
like, Sparky, come here.
It's like Twilight, normal guy, but then when the full moon comes, he like becomes a feral wolf man.
Sure, I date that.
Vampire.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Pourquoi?
I don't care how glittery that man is in the sun.
No, like Bram Stoker, Dracula.
Like in the suit and stuff?
He will die in the sunlight. He's just like a 20-year-old man, like a 25-year-old guy. But he will die in the sunlight, and he's deathly allergic to garlic, and he needs to feed on human
Then
life
still
force.
Still no. It's too
Fair
much
enough.
work. It's too much work. However, comma,
He
I
would be
will,
a
however,
Yeah.
However, comma, I would be willing to date Castlevania Dracula.
Oh god, Alucard.
Yeah, no, not Alucard. His dad.
You would date Alucard though.
Yes, but also his dad. also,
Frankenstein.
No.
Frankenstein's a monster, not the guy.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Just a weird, creepy dude that's stuck in his basement all the time, sewing body parts together. Hell no.
Yeah. What about the monster?
Maybe.
Maybe.
As long as that package is detachable. No.
He got the upper body of a corpse that had like fantastic tits.
Of like a woman or of like a guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Whichever you would prefer, man. I don't judge here.
Either
Whatever
way.
type of tit you'd prefer Frankenstein to have.
What about a bird? What about the tit bird?
What about a ghost?
No. I mean, maybe. We could probably do some cool pranks with like the Ouija board and stuff. Or be like,
Dragon.
is this the ghost of JFK? And like we would move it to say yes.
Would you date the ghost of JFK?
No, we would pull a prank. It wouldn't be the ghost of JFK, but we'd be like, oh, it's a ghost. Ooh, he says it's the ghost of JFK. Let's get some answers.
What about a dragon?
Would I date
Like
a dragon?
Lord of the Rings style, not like
Oh.
a human with dragon qualities, like an actual draconic being.
Can I just be friends with the dragon? Like, can I be like platonic soulmates with the dragon?
Platonic soulmates? An asexual relationship with a dragon?
Yes. Yes.
Oh god.
Can-
mean, probably.
Then yes. We've both talked about it, and we agree.
What about a halfling like Frodo?
Absolutely not.
What do you mean?
Probably isn't Frodo
They're
really
just
smelly?
short guys.
Aren't they just really smelly?
I don't think so.
I'm under the impression that they're very smelly.
Why? They just hang out in the Shire and they eat pies and cakes.
I've just always had it in my mind that like halflings are like stink to all hell. Because if that's not the case, then I would say yeah. But if that's
Apologize
true,
to the halfling community.
no. If anyone from the halfling community or like Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit fandoms have any insight, like if they actually smell, like if they smell like shit, like fermented shit, like
Yeah.
then if that's the case, if that's what they actually do smell
Anyone
like, then
who's
it'd
met
be a no.
Elijah Wood, does he stink?
What does Elijah Wood smell like? I'll smell that, and then I'll make my decision.
That's what a halfling smells like.
That's what a halfling. I don't know what Elijah Wood smells like though.
What about like a
Who would you smell?
1,000-year-old wizard?
Who would you smell
What are you talking about?
if you had the
What do you mean,
choice
who would I smell?
with no string attached? Any celebrity, any famous person, any person that you like. Who would you want to smell?
This is
Just
getting weird.
go right up to them and just sniff.
I don't know. Fucking Chris Pratt.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just saying a name so you'll stop.
I would have to smell Elijah Wood because now I'm stuck on this now.
Oh God.
Sorry, continue.
I'm trying to think of other Bigfoot.
Nah,
You wouldn't date Bigfoot?
no. On the same
Would
reason
you?
of halflings, if they smell like shit.
Would you one night stand with Bigfoot?
No.
Hmm.
I'd give him directions though.
This is a tricky situation. Directions. Where would Bigfoot want to go?
I don't know, McDonald's.
What?
There's a lot of big
Okay.
people at McDonald's.
I'm stunned.
What?
Uh,
Were you expecting me to say yes, I would date him?
yes.
Are you? Do I just look at that like that kind of person, or seem like that kind of person that would just be like, I'm super attracted to a really hairy guy. Like, I just want a super continent of hair, no skin.
Kinda.
Seriously?
You seem like you'd be into a bear.
It depends, though. It depends. Because, listen, I don't mind a hairy guy. It's just,
Yeah.
they gotta be clean and hygienic.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because if someone's got a lot of hair, they're
So
gonna
if
have
it
a
was
lot
confirmed,
of stink.
if it was confirmed that Bigfoot showered,
No, not just showered.
Yeah.
Like, soap, moisturizer. I would assume that they would have, like, a lot of facial hair. Like, pretty much the whole of their face is just covered in hair. They would have to have, like, one of those, like, beard tonics that they would have to, like, for moisturizing their hair as well. Brush their
beard
teeth.
tonics.
Brush their hair. Like, condition it, shampoo it.
Yeah. What if he does that? What if Bigfoot
Then-
did all that?
It's a certified maybe.
What about a gnome, like a little garden gnome, but they're like 3 feet tall, like the
My
gnomes
first-
from Gravity Falls?
My immediate thing is friends with benefits.
With a gnome from
Yeah.
Gravity Falls?
Friends with benefits. Yep.
Why?
Not date, but friends with benefits.
Why friends?
I'll
with
be friends. I'll be friends, and I'll say like I love you like as a friend, but like we'll also do like benefits
Why friends with benefits?
because I don't know. That's my go-to. That was my go-to thing with like because I don't know because my first thing that came into my head was like I wouldn't have the capacity or like the patience or just put enough of myself into like dating them. Because it would be like, I don't want to date a baby. I don't want to date a miniature. I don't want to date a person I can fit into the small of my elbow crook.
He's not a baby. He's like
I
200
know
years
he's not.
old.
I know they're not, but they're just really, really small. They're super small. They're not even like enough like to be like halflings. It's just the thing that I think of is like, yeah, just friends with benefits.
Okay. I think we're done with that line of questioning.
I don't know how else to describe it. I can't describe my soul to you. Why? What would you do?
I don't want to say.
Well, you asked me.
I would football kick them into a lake. If a garden gnome walked up to me, I would football kick them into a lake.
And just they didn't even say anything. Like they just didn't even try to flirt with you.
Yeah. If they just walked up, I would throw them in a lake.
Bro,
No,
what the fuck?
they deserve it.
Why?
They know what they did.
They know what they did. They bathed squirrels.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
Is there more to that questioning?
I have a new piece of news that I want to tell you that upset me. A life update as well, as it were.
What? What is it?
I am officially forcing myself to not care about the MCU anymore.
Girl, what are you
We've
talking
reached
about?
that point. We've reached that point where I just have to force myself to stop caring. Have you heard the news about the new Fantastic Four movie?
No. What is it?
So they have announced who is playing Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, it's RDJ.
Yeah. I'm so upset about that. I'm so sad. And first of all, Disney had to make a concession to get this thing that I didn't want, which is they're bringing back the Russo brothers as directors, which...
They're the guys that did Age of Ultron, right?
Yes. No, that's Joss Whedon.
Oh.
The Russo brothers, the guy who directed Endgame.
Oh.
And then the guys who forced the VFX team to make Captain Marvel have a smaller stomach and bigger boobs. The guys who got into a very sexist public spat with Scarlett Johansson over an issue with her payment. Those guys, they're back now.
Pay your women actors, please.
Yeah, they're back. The people I didn't want back are back. But it's good because in return for this thing I didn't want, we're getting another thing that I didn't want, which is Robert Downey Jr. is back now, too.
That's just adding salt to the wound that has not healed.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You know what's the most upsetting part about it to me? You know what?
What?
They revealed that before Robert Downey Jr. accepted the role, they were going to give it to Mads Mikkelsen.
Who the fuck is that?
He played Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3.
Oh!
And he is a fucking phenomenal actor, and he is a villain actor. He was born to play Victor Von Doom, and I am so upset.
Wow, that's kind of a travesty. I honestly would have allowed that more than RDJ, honestly.
With the whole Kang thing and all the shit that's happened, I just can't care anymore. I just can't.
Girl, I stopped caring, 2 years ago. I stopped caring 2 years ago.
Yeah,
about any updates. I still love Marvel. It's just I'm not getting I just can't get into any new Marvel shit. Everything past Endgame is done for me. I'm so done with it. I still have so many gripes with Endgame itself and the decisions because I know that the contracts for a lot of those actors were finished for Endgame and that they had to work around that. For me, no fucking excuse.
Yeah.
No absolute fucking excuse. My biggest gripe, can I just rant for a minute?
Yep.
Is the decision to have obviously really sad Tony Stark dies. I get it. Oh, also spoilers. The biggest thing though.
Spoilers for the movie that came out 6 years ago. Yeah,
Truth.
It's fine.
No, still though. Is that they fucking Steve Rogers goes back in time and doesn't come back after returning the stones to be with Peggy?
Okay.
No.
We disagree about that scene.
That's not forward thinking. That's not. You can't have a character progress forward by going back in time.
Yeah.
I get it. You can't get over her. You loved her. Whatever the fuck. You only know her for a few months. Who the fuck cares? Listen,
it was 4 years. It was the whole war.
Not really. I don't think so. That's not how I saw it. Anyways, super pissed off about that because that's not what Steve Rogers does, bitch. He moves forward. He has to move forward. Everyone has to move forward. I'm so pissed off. He should have gotten with Black Widow. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody what they says. He should have got with Black Widow.
No, because Bruce Banner should have gotten with her.
Bruce Banner had Betty.
You don't even know her name.
I know her first name.
Betty what?
Just Betty Ross.
You fuck.
He had Betty Ross. Those two are not good together. Hulk and Black Widow. Fuck that shit. No. As someone who has seen the Lionsgate collaborative animated movie series that they did with Marvel, as someone who's watched those movies, I do not agree. I do not agree with any of those creative liberties that they took for the MCU. Fuck that.
The more time has passed, the more I'm willing to say I am not an Endgame fan.
No, me
There's some
neither.
parts of it that are good, and then like the ending is not really. The ending's not that good.
Well,
I
if
don't
it's
know.
not if it's not the Steve Rogers thing that I just went on a tirade about,
Yeah,
what's it for you?
it's. I don't know. It just my biggest gripe, and this has always been the case, that 5 years is too long for that gap. If they had gone like 1 year later or 6 months later, I feel like the point would have been made still. The fact that it was a gap of 5 years, and then after what show was it? After Loki came out, they were like, by the way, we're just not going to talk about the blip anymore. We're going to move past that 5 year period. We're not going to talk about it anymore. It's like, that's not how that works.
Yeah,
Are you
I feel
kidding
like
me?
yeah,
If
five
half of the
years is
Earth's
a long
population
time.
disappeared for 5 full years and then came back, we'd be talking about that for decades. That is not a thing you can just move past. Just retcon
Exactly.
it. 6 months. 6 months is fine. 6 months is like so long for people to be gone, you know?
That would still be something that people would talk about for years, though. 6 months.
No, but they wanted fucking Cassie Lang to be old enough to be Wasp, and there aren't any smart ways of doing that. It has to be that they skip 5 years in the future.
The MCU after Infinity War is fucked.
Yeah, Endgame
Don't
just
like
kind of
it.
stunk to me.
And you know what else? I know I just mentioned
What's
this, but
so upsetting? What's so upsetting me is that like Loki season 1 and WandaVision and Moon Knight are like so good. WandaVision is like the best Marvel thing, and I'm being so real about that. It's so good.
I can't make judgments on any of those because I've never seen them.
You have to watch WandaVision. Like it's so good.
Okay. Well, the thing is that like what I said before is a lot of the MCU, like the first Avengers movie especially, was based off of like their creative ideas were based off of like a lot of the Lionsgate animated movies that they made in the early 2000s, like the Ultimate Avengers movies.
Hmm.
Like there were a lot of like creative things that they took from those animated movies and put into like the at least the beginning of the MCU.
Yeah.
Like in Incredible Hulk and like Iron Man and especially like the first Avengers movie as well. But still, I don't agree with the ending of Endgame, and I don't agree with Captain America not getting with Black Widow. I don't like that.
Yep.
Get them together.
So it's like you have like a friend, right? Like a childhood friend that you've grown up with, and they mean a lot to you, and they're a
Yes.
huge inspiration.
Yes.
And you lose touch for a little bit after high school, but you check in every once in a while, and then you come back, and they're like a shitty alt right loser now. That's how I feel about the MCU. The Marvel Cinematic Universe just kind of really shit the bed really hard. The
Yeah.
Netflix shows are canon now too, which that makes me want to disengage more.
Yeah, like the thing is for me, it's like seeing like a person that you're a friend with a lot and they're dating a person that makes them better, that makes each other better and like they're such a good couple and you love them as a couple and you're just very supportive and you just love them, you love seeing their dynamic cuz they just make each other better. And then a few years go by, you don't see either of them, and you come by, and then you see your friend again, but then they're not with that person anymore. They're with someone else, and they're a dick, and like they
Yeah,
make each other worse, and you can't help but long for when they were with that other
yeah,
person that made them so much better.
yeah. It's like this must be how my mom feels about Star Wars.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right, because they revamped that too.
Like the sequel trilogy. This must be how she feels about those movies.
Are they still making Star Wars movies? They have to be.
They're supposedly going to do a redo of
Why?
episode 7, 8, and 9 because they were so bad.
Okay. Well, the thing is, this is a little bit of a controversial opinion, but I haven't seen any of like the revamp movies. I can count on one hand with how many Star Wars movies I've seen. But I've seen the episode 4, like the original shit.
Yeah.
And I've seen Rogue One in theaters. I didn't mind Rogue One. Rogue One was fine.
Yeah, Rogue One is... A lot of people didn't like it, but...
I thought it was okay. I didn't like it, but I thought it was okay. It was, at most, pretty good. I kind of liked it.
Yeah. I don't really like the Star Wars movies. They're good for the time they came out and for what they are. But I think they haven't aged particularly well. I think they absolutely still have artistic value. I just don't think that they're for me.
Well, yeah, it's still a cult classic. Like, especially if you wanted to go on a marathon and stuff like that. Like, for their time, yeah. it was revolutionary, especially with like the music and like their whatever they had for like special effects and stuff. I mean, obviously, yeah. It's just, it seems like now in this decade, especially, no one's making anything new. No news stories. It's all revamps. Or, like, this movie is based off of a book that this person wrote.
Yep.
There's no news stories. Like, no one's been like, hey, what if I, like, actually flesh out a completely new story? Because they had to do that in the 70s and 80s when all of these fucking cult classics were coming out.
No, the movie industry's kind of fucked.
Yeah. And that's why I don't really go into theaters anymore. It's kind of sad.
And that's on period, sis.
And sis, that's the tea.
That's our 10th episode, I think.
That's our 10th episode.
Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Here's to 10 more years.
Here's to 10 more years. 10 more episodes, 10 more years.
We're going to do 10 more episodes, and then we're going to do a special live stream for our 21st episode where I take Abby up behind the woodshed with a shotgun, put her blindfold on her, and then we'll just... I don't want to spoil the surprise, you know?
Yeah, and for when our show turns 18, sweet 18th anniversary, I'm going to sit Aubrey down, and we are going to
explain the sex talk.
No, we're going to binge watch all of the works of Monty Python.
No. No, I don't think we can.
We have to.
There's not enough time in the day.
There's always enough time.
No.
Yes.
When the show turns 18, I am going to fuck the show.
No. Okay, Quagmire. What the fuck?
When the show turns 18 in 18 years, I guess that's how math works.
When this show turns 18, we're kicking it out of the house. This show should be grateful. We gave them food and shelter. That's all they need.
That's the end of season 1. We're going to take a 10-year long break, and we're going to come back even stronger than before.
We're going to have more guests. We're going to bring puppets.
Oh, God. How many more episodes do we have left of this year?
I don't know.
We did the 2 September episodes. 2 in October, November, December. We only have 6 episodes left.
Each year is a season.
Yeah,
we're still not done.
That's the way I was planning it. That's the way I was going to plan on doing it.
Turns out you're a huge liar.
We've got 6 episodes left before the end of the year.
We'll see. We'll check that, and if not, we'll retcon it.
Well, I just counted. There's 2 episodes per month.
That's your opinion.
That's a fact. That's how weeks work.
I disagree.
You can't.
Ignorance is bliss.
There is so rarely a case where... There will never be a case where there's only 1 episode per month. And there would so rarely be a case where there's 3. Okay. Okay, we're done.
I think we're done. I'm going to turn off the recording, and I'm going to have some major words for Aubrey.
Do our famous outro. Do the one that we're known for. The one that everybody
Oh.
quotes at us when we go to a convention. What's our famous outro? The one that we always do.
Sleep Country, Canada.
No, no. This episode was sponsored by Sleep Country.
Okay,
Okay.
if you like
Oh,
the
dear
show,
God.
click a like and subscribe.
Outro of darkness, then redness, then white. Oh, dear God.
Subscribe,
All right,
or else the MCU will put you in their movies.
oh, no. The worst fate. All right, bye.
Bye.